Hello, everybody. So for this episode of B Sharp and C, it's different, and it's something that I want to do because I've been talking about it for years. And when I was doing B Sharp and C years ago, before I took a big hiatus, I was a big proponent of use Shazam. For some reason, television nowadays, streaming services, whether it's Netflix, Hulu, or whatever. I don't think you need me to name off all the streaming services, but I will. Paramount, Peacock, Hulu, Apple, Scooto, Flu, Spinky Doo. Any streaming service, for some reason, these television shows play some awesome music. And it's a really fantastic way to discover new bands is to have your cell phone right next to you. So when you hear a song, you just go down, hit Shazam, and wabam, you get the song in your history. And then later on, whenever you want, you can go check it out and see who the band was and if you like them. Well, I did that with a band today, or with a artist today. I listened to Josh Ritter. I really liked what I heard. And I knew I was going to like it. I knew I liked something about it because I hit the Shazam button when I was watching TV. Today's episode of B Sharp and C is about the masterful lyricist Josh Ritter. Okay, so for today's episode of B Sharp and C, we are going to do something a little bit different. And this is important to me because I'm always on a search for new music, for good music, for underground music, for indie music. And sometimes people release songs 5, 6, 10, 12 years ago, and they're great songs. I've seen people release albums where 6 out of the 8 songs are phenomenal. And then, maybe they release another album after that and then they just give up on music and do something else, or maybe they got enough royalties where they figured I can retire. I have no idea. I honestly have no idea how all of that works. The music industry is ever changing, especially nowadays. However, I have a habit, a very good habit, of going in to Shazam. I have my cell phone next to me every time I watch a show. And I go into Shazam and I have it set up so I don't even have to unlock my phone. And a song comes on, I scroll down, I just do that thing on the corner, bam, Shazam opens, I hit it, I hold the phone up, and then I put the phone down. And then I go back. I let a bunch of songs accumulate, and then I go back maybe a month or two later and I check the songs that I Shazammed. And it's interesting because only about half of them I actually like the song. So why did I Shazam it in the first place? Usually it's because I heard a part of a song, or it was in the background and it sounded like it could have been a good song. And I didn't want to miss an opportunity to check out a new band or to discover some new music. So I'll just hit Shazam, hold it up, put the phone down, and continue watching the show. It does save in your history, and I will show you right now. Okay, so here we are at Shazam. Now I could tap that pulsating Shazam button to Shazam something, or I can look at my music. And as you see, I have 582 songs. And all of these songs are songs that and you can hit see all, and bam, it just pops up, right? All of these songs I heard and decided, that's not too bad. Let me Shazam that so I can get an idea as to how the band is. When I have time to listen to the music, I'll go back in and listen. And the date is, I mean, this is incredible. So the date is there, right? So let's pick someone. I mean, take my hand, precious Lord. Folk Bloodbath, Josh Ritter. All right, let's check out Folk Bloodbath by Josh Ritter. Okay, we're back. Let's go to YouTube and see if I can pull up that song. If there's a music video for it, what I'll do is I'll put it on the screen here so you can see it. I usually put it up in this corner if there's a music video. If it's just a song and there's no music video, then we can just keep it like this. The studio version is 5 minutes long. So here's something to take into consideration. The song, the studio version, I say we go to the studio version because this is the version that I more than likely Shazammed. So he posted it 8 years ago. And this is from his YouTube channel. All right, let's give it a listen. This is the song Folk Bloodbath by Josh Ritter. And I discovered Josh Ritter by watching some TV show somewhere and listening to the song, at least a piece of it, and saying, this ain't bad. And then I hit the pulsating Shazam icon and it went into my history. And this is the first one, August 17th. So just a short while ago, I Shazammed this song. Let's give it a listen. I like the keyboards.
Lewis Collins took a trip out west, and when he returned, little Delia'd gone to rest. The angels laid her away. Lewis said to Delia, that's a sad thing with life. There's people always leaving just as other folks arrive. The angels laid her away. And when the people heard that Delia was dead, all of them gentlemen, they dressed in red. The angels laid her away.
So that's really unique. So you have like a drone sound, right? And then there's like a cello almost in the background where when his voice changes, it changes with him.
The angels laid her away. Lewis said to Delia, that's a sad thing with life. There's people always leaving just as other folks arrive.
So it sounds like to me the drone is staying, but he changed chords. There was a chord change there with his vocals. You can kind of tell he dropped down to like a 4 chord. But then sounds like a cello came in to kind of accompany his voice.
Angels laid her away.
Or cello sound.
When the people heard that Delia was dead, all of them gentlemen, they dressed in red. The angels laid her away.
I like this.
The angels laid her away. Laid her 6 feet under the clay. The angels laid her away.
Laid her 6 feet under the clay. I like
Lewis went downtown for a new suit of clothes. He's gonna dress up for Delia like a fine red rose. The angels laid him away. He bought a 10-gallon Stetson.
So you have snare and kick, just bam.
It was ox blood red.
Mostly kick.
And then Stackley shot Lewis in the back of the head. The angels laid him away. Stackley said to Lewis, oh now don't you grieve. I'm sending you to Delia, you won't ever have to leave. The angels laid him away. Angels laid him away. Laid him 6 feet under the clay. The angels laid him away. Oh, the judge.
There's no effort made to make this song be dynamic and explosive. It's kind of like a dirge.
Was a mean one. His name was Hanging Billy Lyons. He said, "You always been a bad man, Stack. You're gonna hang this time." And the angels lay you away. And the jailer said to Stack Lee, "What's the problem with you?" Oh, jailer Lewis Collins' ghost brought Delia's with him too. The angels laid him away. Angels laid him away. Laid him 6 feet under the clay. The
I like that line.
angels laid him away.
Nice.
Well, they buried little Delia in the churchyard deep, with Lewis Collins at her head, Stack Lee at her feet. The angels laid them away. And out of Delia's bed came briars, and out of Lewis' bed a rose, and out of Stack Lee's came Stack Lee's cold, lonely little ghost. The angels laid them away. And I'm looking over rooftops, and I'm hoping that it ain't true, that the same God looks out for them, looks out for me and you. The angels laid them away.
Very
The
nice.
angels laid them away. The angels laid them away.
Something about that song made me hit the Shazam while I was watching television. Now, I don't know what show it was that I was watching, but that's definitely a dirge style song. Now, that was from years ago. Now, I do have his channel. So let's go through. Let's go to his this is his channel right here. Actually, you know what? Let me click on it and see what we have. Josh Ritter. So he did post something from 3 days ago, so he's continuing to be active. Ooh, excuse me. This is from a month ago.
I'm Josh Ritter. This song is called Truth. Is a dimension both invisible and blinding.
It's a difficult style of guitar to play.
I got off the highway north of Desert Canyon Station. I was driving with my headlights off, just stars for navigation. My telescope, my notes, my ham sandwiches and coffee. Sometimes you must be all alone, there ain't no way to not be. I was thinking about Tanya, how things had rearranged, and everything had gone full circle.
And he's got looks like another. Let's click on this.
For evening, our silver caps and wonder plane.
So I would say that he's kind of like a folk writer, and just from the little bit of the lyrics that I heard, I'm really impressed with his songwriting. And folk music can go either way. It can go in the way of this, where a lot of it is, you know, like, oops, hold on a second. A lot of it is lyrics. No, no, I'm so sorry. I'm still getting used to my MacBook.
My teardrop starts dreaming just before I run out of words. This cruel world is no place for memories,
Oh, this is good. This is
but some still survive in the gloom. Drop me off here where the dream ends, but know I'll come back to you soon.
all right. I really like his songwriting style. So let's go back to that first song that we were listening to. I have to remember the name of it. The folk Bloodbath. Very well done. The lyrics are nice, right? Did he write the song? Let's check that out. Okay, so here we are, Folk Bloodbath by Josh Ritter. Lyrics, man, it's a lot of lyrics when you stop and think about it. And then songwriter Josh Ritter, Joshua Ritter. The song was released in 2010, so 15 years ago, which when you think about it is amazing because uh, this song's very raw. It's very raw. It's tangible, and it's straight out of the man's soul. And it's unfortunately the time of people appreciating the Gordon Lightfoots and the Jimmy Croces and other songwriters who, like Bob Dylan was one of them, who focused more on a message over a very nice, pleasant chord progression. You know, And what's very interesting about Josh Ritter is that in 2010 he comes out with this song and this album, and the song is over 5 minutes long. I thought we said it was 5 minutes 17 seconds long. Very simply like structured, right? Goes back to the angels led them away, or led her away, or led him away at the end of every single line. So it's a very interesting poetic way of writing music, right? And it's definitely in the style of a dirge, but also in the style of an interesting type of poem where you repeat the same line or something reminiscent of that line at the end of every phrase, right? Um, and I really like that. I really do. And something else that's interesting is that there are a lot of other artists out there writing dirge type of music, writing folk music, writing different types of music. Some folk music begins to fall into a category of like a gothic Americana. Like if you listen to the Heavy Horses or some other bands where they I think the Dead South is a good example, but the Dead South kind of they have only a couple songs that fall into that category. They're a little bit different. But there are different bands out there today that have songs like this. And it's tough to get a lot of exposure because the appreciation for this type of songwriting is not what it used to be. It really isn't. It's not what it used to be. People who write this beautiful style of music do not go up to the Billboard charts and get a lot of radio play. They get some. I mean, this man here, Josh Ritter, his music was on a television show that I was watching. Which one? I don't know. The Good Wife, Elsbeth. Um, what am I watching lately? Blanchard? Is Blanchard the show I'm watching? I know I forget. I don't think it's Blanchard. It's a spinoff of Bosch. Is it Blanchard? What show am I watching? Spin off of Bosch. Ballard. Maybe it was on that show that I have literally no idea. But he's making um a lot of music, and he's continuing to make music, and his YouTube channel has been active for years. All right, I think that I can give this song a sharp score now. And I have to take a lot of things into consideration. And this part that I'm doing right now is an edit. Because, and I want to make these, yes, I want to make these reactions real, but I also want to make them accurate. And my headphones were plugged into my interface and they were coming in mono. And part of the reason why I gave it the old score is because I didn't think he did any panning. And I'm thinking, wow, it's such a beautiful song and such nice songwriting, but everything's up the middle. He didn't pan anything. Then I went back and listened to some more of his music, and I was like, he doesn't pan anything. And then I went and listened to some of my music, and I'm like, where's my panning? How come everything's up the middle? And I made some adjustments, and then I realized, oh my God. So I went back and listened to the song again, just so I can get in my mind the way that he had it engineered and produced. And I've got to say, the engineering is fantastic. And when you hear the song in stereo with headphones on, it really does come to life. So I took out the part of my video where I gave him a 7.7 for my sharp score, and I'm changing it to an 8.0. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's not that big of a deal. I don't have anything yet above a 9. So I think the 8.0, I was going to go from 7.7 to 7.9. And then it comes to life. The song, everything comes to life when you hear it in stereo. It makes that much of a difference. So I'm giving it a sharp score of 8.0, and that's it. That's what I'm giving it. So tell me what you think of the score that I gave it. Tell me what you think of the song, and if you have any songs that you want me to listen to, put them in the comment section. Put a link in the comment section. Do whatever you can, and I promise I will listen to it. But that's it. This is Artie Astor from B Sharp and C saying, keep it groovy.